Hello and welcome to a WWE 2K17 No Mercy match simulation, and Nia Jax just appeared on the Titantron. It's the Raw Women's Championship match, the Fatal 4-Way, and I am joined as always by Emir from Raw Wrestling Talk Podcast.
Dude, I love Nia Jax, and the reason why I love her is because she is not like most girls.
What, you mean they only take just what they're given?
That's exactly what I mean.
Plastic little princess.
Yeah,
I sort of like Nia Jax. Part of what I don't like about Nia Jax is she's like this. One of the most highly illogical things in wrestling to me has always been this person is big, therefore they can take a punch to the jaw better than most people, and that doesn't follow like necessarily. Do you know what I mean? There's some very, very tough small people, and there's some very, very glass-jaw big people, but in wrestling it's universal. The big guy or the big girl is tougher than the small girls or guys, and to me it's just slightly logic flaw, kind of thing. It's not always the case. It'd be interesting if they had a very technical big person or a very, very tough little person that just couldn't be put down, like it'd be cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Imagine if Neville sold like Nia Jax does. She was like, no, get off, no, it's not hurting me, get off. It'd be great, wouldn't it? Or sold like Braun Strowman does.
In real life, as they say, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. So yeah, I'm with you. I do think it's interesting how they book her, but I like the because she doesn't seem to have a tremendous amount of wrestling abilities. So what she has going for her is her size, and it's because of her size and the impact of the few moves that she does that you believe that, well, it's like, wow, at any moment she could win this match.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, despite the sort of obvious lack of ability compared with someone like Sasha Banks who's on screen now. She does have credibility. When you're watching a match, you can believe she's going to win it, like, which is an important factor. Third entrant, my personal favourite, but most out of place as well. all of the above. They've taken away a theme music and this entrance and stuff, haven't they? So I'm not sure how I feel about that decision.
I like Emma, man. She's fantastic looking.
Well, yeah, there's that, but that's hard to argue, isn't it? Like, that's probably why she's my favourite, but she's also a great wrestler. Let's be fair. Like, when she's allowed to be a great wrestler, she's a great wrestler. Like, she is the epitome. She's kind of along the lines of The Miz at the moment, where, that heel who makes good points. Emma, along with Paige in NXT, did start the women's revolution before the Four Horsewomen. Her and Paige were the ones making a name for the women. So she has a good point when she keeps ranting and raving about having started it.
Come on, Emma. Yeah, I like. I going back to what you were saying about the way that she's being booked. It's like you said, when she's allowed to wrestle well. I feel like they don't allow her enough to wrestle well. Some of these girls have these great matches, and then Emma gets out there. Who, I agree with you. I think she's a great wrestler, but a lot of times when she comes out and she's wrestling against like a Nia Jax, or whatever, they kind of have her wrestle in a way that looks like she doesn't really know what she's doing, and I hate that.
Yeah, she's being booked as, it's weird. She's being booked as a bit of an underdog, but she's not a face. So how are people supposed to get behind the underdog? Because that's what usually happens, Rey Mysterio, that kind of thing. That's people like the underdog, but she's being booked as like the underdog that no one's supposed to want to win. It's strange.
Here's another thing. I don't know how much experience she has, and I blame that squarely on WWE, because I found out the other night watching that Enzo and Cass WWE 24 documentary about the night after WrestleMania when they debuted on Raw.
Yeah.
Did you know that Big Cass has been wrestling for WWE since 2012?
No. What, in NXT or something?
And like originally in Florida Championship Wrestling, and then eventually in NXT. But that's my point. It's like These guys, they've been with the company for years. We see them and we're like, oh, look at this new guy.
Yeah,
No,
they
he's
don't they
not
don't
good.
mention their experience, and they should. It's something to promote them as a good wrestler, and make you interested in them.
This is going to be a good match.
Emma, I've just looked up, signed in 2011 and has been wrestling since 2008. She's been wrestling for 9 years.
Now you can't tell that her last match with Nia Jax. No, her last match with Mickie James. Let's say, if you look at that match, that doesn't look like a 9-year veteran in there.
Exactly, but when you look at a match with Paige from the first NXT Arrival, I think it was, or something, when they settled the first women's champion, or they had a match for the women's title anyway. I don't know if it was the first, but they were like, it was such a good match, and that takes two, and you could tell it was taking two. You could tell they were both good. So, yeah, it's frustrating. But in terms of this match, I'm intrigued by the booking because Emma and Nia teamed up, didn't they, to get themselves into this match, and Sasha and Alexa just weren't capable of working together because they hate each other. So they ended up costing themselves, a 50% chance of winning the match, basically.
By the way, I love the fact, I just don't know how often it happens, but that Alexa Bliss, she's being used, her promo is being used to advertise that No Mercy pay-per-view. I love that.
Yeah, definitely. They're giving the women a chance, as it were, to steal Emma's little hashtag. So what we've been seeing in this match so far, interestingly, has been Alexa seemingly dominating Nia, and then Emma and Sasha were just beating the holy hell out of each other outside the ring, but Emma got the better of that, came in after Nia, and now he's just probably going to get squashed for a bit. While Alexa and Sasha get to do their thing and have their fight that they wanted anyway.
It's kind of funny, too, when you think of it, that Sasha was on the outside going at Emma, while Alexa was going at Nia Jax, because you would think the pairs would be broken up differently. I mean, I expected Nia perhaps to go at Emma, and I thought that Alexa would go after Sasha, but maybe the game is not privy to the current storylines.
Or maybe it is, because Alexa has issues with Nia, because Nia turned on Alexa, didn't she, recently? And electric chair dropped her from the championship celebration when she won the title back from Sasha, so maybe the game knows them better than we do. So Sasha and Alexa, well, Sasha going after Alexa. I was going to say Sasha and Alexa going at it, but Sasha's currently dragging Alexa around by her ears by the looks of it, so I don't think you can qualify that as both of them going at it, can you? That's just Sasha taking it to Alexa. Emma going out after Nia.
Sasha with that nice step up to Insecurity to the back of Alexa Bliss's head.
Yeah, followed by a neck breaker and a very interesting pin. Would not mind being either participant in that pin.
Looks like Sasha's calling for a finisher here. Let's see if
blocked. I think she was going for the bank statement, the backstabber into the bank statement. Alexa gets the block. Now, one thing I will say about this match in the 2K17 context is Fatal 4-Ways don't tend to go as long as triple threats on the game because they pair off, and the pair outside the ring don't do anything like quite often to break up pinhouse submissions inside the ring, so as opposed to a triple threat where there's always someone to break it up, in Fatal 4-Ways there doesn't ever seem to be anyone there to break it up, so it might be that just being the first to hit your finisher in the ring will be enough. Who knows?
Sasha went for a cover there, but Alexa Bliss able to kick out at one.
Yeah, and then no-sell the kick. Wow, Alexa on fire right now. DDT. Is that her finisher? Has she got the DDT as the finisher on this game? No, because she's going up top now for Twisted Bliss.
Here it comes.
Sasha moves. Nice. So that's one attempted finisher each, and neither has hit it. Super interesting. Super... got each other scouted. They fought each other a lot now. They know what's coming.
By the way, on the outside, Nia Jax is really laying into Emma. Looks like she might be trying to set her up for some sort of tackle through the barricade.
And then, as she was saying that, Emma countered and went for the... Alexa going for the pin.
1.
2. Oh! Yeah, Emma got the counter, hit the back elbow, then tried to hit a running crossbody and just missed. You know what we were saying about her looking like she doesn't know how to wrestle? Like,
yeah, now she's putting in kinds of work on the head back.
Just missed a crossbody. That was funny. So Nia Jax is down on the outside. Emma is having a great time in the ring. There we go. I was going to say not really doing a lot, but now she does. Now she just comes in and clears house. She just took out all 3 women in about 5 seconds then. Might get the win. Oh my god!
Emma won.
What? Wow, I would love if that happened in the real match, if she just came in and just stole the match. Wow.
I'm telling you, man, that was that 9 years of experience. Please.
Yeah, she knew when to take that moment. She knew when to turn it up. Like, she's led them all into a false sense of security. So, leave a like if you enjoyed this match. Leave a comment with your prediction. Who's going to win? Emma, Nia, Alexa, or Sasha? Let me know in the comment section down below who you think is going to win. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. And don't forget to head over and subscribe to Raw Wrestling Talk as well for some great wrestling podcasts. Don't forget to share with your friends if you think they would enjoy. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Ibiza. You've been amazing. He's been Amir.
And I am still in shock to see Emma raise that title over her head.
Absolutely. And we will see you next time.